Welcome again to our weekly education updates on Crystal Education TV. My name is Sylvia. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on our Instagram and Twitter at Crystal Education. In our today's segment, we'll be looking at our School on Focus and our weekly updates. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back, viewers. Let's move to the headlines. From our Monday 29th August 2022, ASSU to continue strike after storming NEC meeting. The Vanguard News reported that the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASSU is set to continue its lingering strike that has paralyzed public universities in the country. The decision was arrived after a heated and stormy National Executive Council NEC meeting of the union in Abuja. The meeting, which held on Sunday 28 August 2022, ended on Monday with a resolution that the strike will be rolled over. We've met 80% of ASSU's demand, federal government. As Academic Staff Union of Universities ASSU on Monday further extended its over 6-month strike, the federal government faulted the action, claiming it had met 80% of their demands. According to Vanguard, it was recorded that the Minister of Education, Adamu had last week claimed that the government has resolved most of ASSU's demand. He also said there was a release of 50 billion for the payment of earned allowances for academic and non-academic staff of universities. No protest strike in FCET Umunzi, lecturers insist. Daily Post reported that the academic staff of the Federal College of Education, Umunzi, Anambra State, has frowned at the 3-week warning strike declared by the chairman of the Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union. Sule Lamido University suspends strike. Governing Council of the Sule Lamido University, Kafin Hausa, has directed all academic staff of the university to withdraw from the ASSU strike and return to work immediately. This was contained in a statement signed by the Registrar of the University and Secretary of the Council, Adamu Muhammad. According to the university, the council directed all heads of departments to take note of staffs who return to work from Monday 29th August to 5th September 2022. From our Tuesday update, we have this from the Daily Post. NUC to meet Education Minister, VCs over ASSU strike. The Daily Post reported that the National University Commission, NUC, has fixed a meeting to deliberate the strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The Party has scheduled the meeting for Tuesday, September 6, 2022 at the NUC headquarters in Abuja, the nation's capital. The Vanguard News has it that the Enugu government closes unapproved private schools operating. Enugu State government has directed the immediate closure of all private schools at the basic and post-basic level operating in the state without the written approval of the State Ministry of Education. The Education Commissioner advised all the affected persons and schools to abide strictly by the directive in their own interest, stating that the government shall 2 weeks from the date of this announcement embark on forcible closure of any defaulting school. Karan urged federal government ASSU to sheath sword, end strike. The Daily Post has it that the Cooling Allah Kasureras Association of Nigeria, Karan, has called on the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASSU to sheath their sword and find an immediate solution to the prolonged strike by the latter in the interest of the Nigerians' development. He lamented that this is happening when government is still approving the creation of many private universities and higher institutions at the time when most of our state-owned universities are lacking professional lecturers to the extent that they heavily relied on visiting lecturers for their accreditation by NUC and survivors as higher institutions of learning. Lagos to raise education sector budget above 10%. The Punch newspaper reported that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has said that his passion for education comes from his heart. From the Daily Post, we have the ASSU strike. Uniben reacts to alleged resumption. The University of Benin, Uniben, has denied speculations that it has backed out of the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASSU. The management of the Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida Universities, IBBU, Lapai, Niger State, on Tuesday, directed its staffs to pull out of the ongoing strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASSU and shall resume on Monday, September 5, 2022 for the 2021-2022 second semester academic section. The Daily Post has it that the Abia State Governor announced restoration of accreditation to the poly by NBTE. Abia State has announced the restoration of accreditation of the Abia State Polytechnic. Let's jet on to the Thursday update from Guardian newspaper. Government, ASSU should seek alternatives to strike, says concerned Nigerians. With the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASSU, still on strike after 6 months of industrial action, concerned Nigerian has called for an alternative resolution of the dispute, saying negotiations between the federal government and ASSU have failed over the years. From the Daily Post, we have 4,703 out of 24,061 primary school teachers unqualified in the Niger State. The Niger State Technical Committee on Teachers' Headcount has revealed that 24,061 primary school teachers across the state and 4,703 are unqualified, while 24,061 are certified. Moving to our JAMB bulletin for the week. See yourself as a facilitator of learning, Dr. Mrs. Amu. For teaching to be impactful and effective, the teacher should see himself as a facilitator of learning, as gone are those days when teaching was teacher-centered and one-way delivery. Dr. Mrs. Bosede Amo, a visiting director to the State Development of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, said that JAMB Service Com Advocacy teams visit Ondo State. IMO trains personnel on goals attainment. JAMB tax BUST on adherence to admission guidelines. Top Faith University visit JAMB Akwa Ibom State Office. That will be all from our weekly education update for the week. I'll leave you with our School on Focus, but don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and visit us on our Instagram and Twitter at Crystal Education TV. I remain Paul Sylvia.
Looking for a school where you can send that child with a special need or a child with a learning difference? Think no further. Bring them to Excellent Grade International School, located at number 1 Ricky Emmanuel Road, Army Scheme, beside Moko Army Barracks, Kubwa, Abuja.
Here in Excellent Grade International School, we work with children with special needs, children that have learning difficulties, ranging from dyslexic, Down syndrome, dyscalculia, dyspraxia, autistic individual with autism, then ADHD, and most of them like that. Even we work with the CP, the cerebral palsy, individual with cerebral palsy. We work on their speech. We work on their activity for daily living, which is the normal thing for them to know, basic things for them to know. Then we work on their behavioral analysis, and we work on how they can socialize.
We give them attention, we help them in socialization, because here in Excellent Grade we allow them to meet with others. They are not being neglected like taken to a different place. They meet with others in class, while later on they come to our department where we help them in their day-to-day activities, which includes the grooming skills.
In this setting, we believe inclusion plays a major role in education. In special needs, in Excellent Grade here, we take the children into the main classroom where they can socialize with the mainstream learner, where they can interact with them, they can imitate them the way all others are behaving. By so doing, they will be able to know how to behave in the society. So we don't leave them in isolation. We take them to the classroom, then we bring them down to the department here, where we work with them one-on-one. We have our various section there. That side, we do our OT, the occupational therapy session. Here, we have the classroom support, and over another side here, we have where we do the speech therapy. So we have different kind of way that we work with them to bring out the best in them. And to work with these children require a lot of patience and passion for them. So if you don't have passion for children with learning disability or difficulties, you tend to be frustrated. So it takes training and patience Then you bring down whatever you want to teach them to down to their level. Even you have to behave like them, play with them, love them. We don't need to pity them. We love them, we care for them. So whatever you want to teach them or bring to them, any skill you want to teach them, by so doing, without your love and your passion, they will even see it. By so doing, they will be able to confide in you. Then they will tend to learn gradually and will break their skills into the smallest bits in which they can easily understand. That is how we work with them here.
Also, we work with children with the slow learners, children who have difficulty understanding what they are being taught in class. We bring them closer to us, explain things in the bits in which they can understand better.
I was trained in this field, and I developed a passion for it because I tend to see them the way most of them are struggling academically and in different ways. So I said, let me play a particular role in the lives of some individual.
I was opportune to be trained in the department. During that, I developed empathy for the children. I developed that passion. I saw myself in them. I felt their pain, so that's when I started the work, and I decided to be with them. I always work with them.
Going forward into 2022-2023 academic session, common session, I would like to advise parents out there looking for where to take their children to, those ones that are struggling academically, where we care for them here in Excellent Grade International School. So if you are wondering, where can I take my child to? This child is lagging behind, is not up to the task in the classroom, or what is wrong, I don't know. Bring them to Excellent Grade International School.
My advice to parents like this, parents that have such children, challenge children, and keeps them at home. Keeping them at home will not help the children. Bring them out to Excellent Grade International School. Here we have qualified and trained staff who can handle their challenges. Also, we have time and facilities needed to handle them. And also provide provision for socialization, where they mingle with their peers. Bringing them out for them to socialize and understand. There are people who understand their feelings too. We will go a long way in their life. Hiding them from the public is not the best decision. Bring them out. They didn't create themselves. They were born to the world to see themselves this way. So bring them to Excellent Grade. We'll groom them to a better person, and they will appreciate what they will see in return.
When they come here, when they get here, we do what we call assessment, which is observation assessment. So we work with them for a period of less than a week. So by so doing, we'll be able to discover their strengths, their weakness, the threats and the opportunities, all those things that we need to work with them. From there, we develop the IEP, individualized educational plan, that we used to work with them. In this, the parent will get involved, what we want them to learn, what they how to learn. Even from the scheme of work in class, we encompass everything, we encompass it into the IEP. By so doing, the child will keep learning gradually.
What else are you waiting for? Bring our child, bring them all to our hangars, as it promises to leave you with lots of testimony. Bring them to Excellent Grade International School, located at number 1 Renki Emmanuel Road, Army Scheme beside Moko Army Barracks, Kubwa, Abuja.